SEE-HEAR-PROPHESY. I haven't been on for a while. Actually, this is going to be two parts just in the same short video, and then I'll be off as I'm on my way to work. But I did want to let you know that I thought I had posted, in fact, I'm pretty sure I had posted a short video about some things from April 5th and 6th. But in actually trying to let somebody know what that video was called, I realized it wasn't there. So I don't know if it never actually loaded and I never reloaded it, or if it had been taken down. But to go back to April 5th, I had a vision just after I woke, and what it was is if I was looking out of my own eyes up toward the sun. And then I was made to look again, and to the left of the sun, it appeared like there was this huge object, and most of it was a fiery red. There was a thin sliver of a bright orange around most of the edge of that, and then outside of that was black. And I was like, Lord, what is this thing? But then I was made to look again, and I realized that it was not... It actually was an object, but the red fiery thing with the orange going around was the object, and the black that seemed like it was on the outside actually was outer space behind it. And I was like, oh my goodness, Lord, what is that? And I just kept asking and asking and asking and asking until at some point a little while later, I saw what looked like Jesus, a big robed man, as if he was inside of our atmosphere. He was so tall that he was standing up, he could easily reach that hole or object. And then it did a close-up. I no longer saw like the entire figure, but just the midsection and the man's hands. And as it did a close-up on the hands were holding like 3 jets. And it's kind of like it really stayed there on the 3 jets, kind of zeroed in so that I could see what they look like. So that was April 5th. April 6th, I went to my friend's house because on Saturday mornings we used to pray for our spouses. And so I went to her house. I told her about it. We went on and did what we normally do. And at the end, we asked the Lord for more revelation on what I'd seen. And immediately I saw 210 kind of spread out, 210, and then the word days, 210 days. So I quickly checked on Google what date was 210 days from then, and it actually was November 2nd. And she said, well, I think I'm going to write that down on my calendar. And when she got her calendar, she said, you're not going to believe this. And I said, what? She said, on my calendar, it says November 2nd is All Souls Day. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time here. I'm just going on to yesterday. And leading up between that time and now, I have had various words or the Lord speaking to me or taking me to scriptures that basically highlighted war, when people were going to war with each other. And so I had been asking him a couple days ago about, what about war, because he had brought it up again. And yesterday I said, you brought up war again, and I asked you about war, but what about war? But we didn't really finish that conversation. Excuse me. And basically I immediately saw as if it was a large body of water, and I saw almost like what would look like a cage. At first I thought, is that a cage? But it definitely seemed to be in water, but it almost seemed to be like a cage or a grid ceiling, but it was in the water. I mean, it wasn't one solid structure. It was just almost like fencing laid down in the water. So it created sort of this cage ceiling in the body of water. and then I saw something moving under it. And right after I saw that, I saw what looked like one of our naval ships, like sinking from one end down. So it started on one end and then it just went down under the ocean water. So again, what I saw after I asked about war again was almost like a fencing or a cage ceiling, like a grid. So it was like something was moving in the water, quote, under the grid, and it was going to bring down one of our naval ships or a naval ship. But it felt very personal at the time. I live in the United States, so I thought that maybe someone is going to come under the grid and try to attack one of our Navy vessels. So please be in prayer. If anyone gets a word about this, I would appreciate if you post it. You can always contact me at SEE-HEAR-PROPHESY@gmail.com. Thank you so much. Have a great day.